And we went over it. Those lines, ladies and gentlemen, those are tire marks. We talked about what happens when tires move across the road at that much speed that he claims it is, and the friction on the road. Common sense knows what happens. It leaves a mark on the road. Joshua Calfat left a mark on the road at 50 feet. When tires go against the road, they leave a mark. Even at coefficient of friction of 0.66. What happens is, there's not a mark on that road. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are going to have, in evidence, pictures from the accident scene that night. You're going to be able to see the skid mark of Joshua Calfat on the road. We can look at the rest of the pictures. You can see no tire mark from the track. 4 tires skid along the road, according to Anthony Dalton, and not one of them left even a remote mark. Why can he not explain it? Because if he explains it, that doesn't go into his calculations. That's going to make PC crash unreliable in this case. The other thing he says, motorcycle rotation. There is no way, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, he testifies that motorcycle can rotate clockwise. What he tells you is it has to go this way. He says it has to. Simple physics, he says, tells you that. What he's telling you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is the back of this motorcycle hits, it gets slapped. Somehow the tractor goes this way, the motorcycle comes all the way around and ends up back that way. It does like a J. Simple physics tells that can happen. What's interesting about it is, Sergeant McNabb, who defends life, Sergeant McNabb says the vehicle rotated clockwise. That's what the testimony is. But if it rotates clockwise, counterclockwise, that's the other output of PC crash. PC crash isn't valid because PC crash says it rotates counterclockwise. More importantly, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're going to be able to look at the pictures of the tracker. You're going to see heat transfer on the front of the tractor from the back of the motorcycle, which would be consistent with what Scott Walter said and what Sergeant McNabb said. Anthony Dalton tried to explain it as 40 and 50 pound forks caused that damage, possibly not the motorcycle. Look at it, ladies and gentlemen, back wheel, gas tank, front of the motorcycle. There's an imprint from the motorcycle. It rotated clockwise. That's what the physical evidence says. But he doesn't want to look at the physical evidence. I'm going to back in numbers until it comes out how I want it. He even said that there's no secondary damage to the side of that door. Sergeant McNabb said the door buckle has secondary damage or reduced damage. Consistent with Scott Walter. What happened was the motorcycle went in at this corner, pushed that wheel back, caused that door to buckle. You can see the door buckle in that picture. There's no heat transfer on the door. You couldn't find a heat transfer on the door. There's no damage below the black line, as Scott Walter said. What they say is, well, ignore that. Ignore this, ignore that. Let's move the ball over here. Just ignore all that and look at my computer program. Turns out what I like. I don't like the physical evidence. Did you know when he couldn't explain it, he would just say that's how it is? It's simple, that's how it is, and he would move on. He made an opinion that at 45 miles an hour the accident could not happen, but he couldn't explain it. Look at the debris field. That may be the most simple thing you can see, ladies and gentlemen. the debris field all goes. You'll see in the picture, it all goes over here. How does the motorcycle rotate counterclockwise, somehow gets slide off, but it gets around the back of the vehicle and leaves no debris over here in the debris tree? The physical evidence will show you how the vehicle rotated.